also on screen with me. Man, it's been a long time. How long has it been? Whoa. Well, Hangouts on screen is that laid back time when I get to just gist with you about what's happening in my life or just share stuff from my life with you. Before we go ahead, please see that red button. Yeah, click it, that subscribe button. Please click it. Please click it because you cannot come and be listening to gist free of charge. Maybe the least you can do is to subscribe, Abby. So please click it. Thank you. So today, what we're going to talk about? So I wanted to gist you guys about when we relocated. If you know, I live in the Netherlands and I relocated. I came right here in 2020. And Netherlands, the primary language is Dutch, not English. So as you can imagine, there were quite some integration issues. So excuse me, I just wanted to just gist you a little bit what happened, the challenge I had with the integration with my kids and what I did about it. So basically, we came in October 2020. In fact, I remember that it was just after COVID, just after the heat of COVID. And I remember that we already came in December and we were supposed to come back to join my husband finally, but COVID started and we're separated. In fact, it was very scary because my husband was in the Netherlands, I was in Nigeria. I was like, oh my god, when is this going to end? And all that. But thank God, God saw us through. And then towards the end of COVID, they're like, okay, my husband was like, okay, it's up to you, come and join. You're already supposed to join us anyway. Come back anyway. So I was like, okay, fine. We made the applications and everything, and we came over. That is a story for another day, the whole process. But we came over. But when we came over here, my son was 5 years plus, my first son, and my second was 2, just barely 2. And we knew that the second son was going to have an issue because he was just starting to talk, and then he would join the Dutch school. There's this thing they do, I think 2 days a week, where the boy goes to school from 8 to 12 or thereabout. The child goes to school and then they speak to them in Dutch. So he would learn the Dutch naturally. But my son was already speaking and reading in English, so he needed to learn the language. So first of all, we put him in international school, which is the first mistake we did. If you're planning to stay long term in Netherlands, there is no point, especially if your child is like under 8, putting them in international school. Just go ahead and put them in Dutch school because they still have the capacity and tendency to learn fast. So yeah, I put him in international school for about a year before I realized that okay, this is not going to work. So we said okay, we're going to just move them to Dutch school. In the first few weeks, my son found it difficult to integrate. He couldn't talk, he didn't have friends, he was by himself, and the teacher was, understandably alarmed. So they made arrangements for us to take my child to a language school, but we didn't want to take him there because it was far and we weren't mobile as at that time. So it was, even though it's a sacrifice we could have done, we knew that it was going to be quite difficult, taking him, bringing him back, everything, and we're not mobile, and in the long run it was going to be more stressful than helpful even on him. So we told the school, just give us 6 weeks and we're going to take care of it. And then I went on research and I got 2 schools, 2 establishments. I'll call them establishments. One is Dutch for Kids.nl and the other one is Fluently. In fact, I have been recommending the 2 of them to anybody that is in this situation. And what I did, Dutch for Kids, I had Zoom classes. So every week, I think it was Wednesday, I can't remember now, for 12 to 13 weeks, and he paid quite some money, but it wasn't too much for us at that time, for him, it wasn't too much for us to pay, definitely, but it was quite tough. Every Wednesday, the teacher taught him, and then the Fluently came twice a week for 13 weeks too. I was teaching him, and it was amazing. Because it was 6 weeks, we told these guys to give us 6 weeks, and in 6 weeks he was already starting to say some words in Dutch, and then by the end of the 13 weeks he was already speaking fluently. Like, the transformation was magical, like it was beautiful. He blended it, and then from there he already knew the basics. He just started to flow and all that. So yeah, that was how it was for us, and with my second son it wasn't much of an issue because he had barely started to talk, so he just went with the flow in the school. Of course the second one, I still think the second one speaks better Dutch than him, but I'm not sure. I think the first one, first of all, thinks in his head in English and translates to Dutch, but the second one thinks in Dutch and translates to English. I try to ask them, but it's the second one, like, okay, like then sometimes it starts with English and then says in Dutch, and then sometimes it starts in Dutch and says in English. But the beautiful thing is that he knows the 2 of them very, very well, and the second one too right now is very, very, like, at home when he's just discussing with his brother, he just goes into Dutch. I'm like, hello, I'm still here. You know, and all that. I'm still learning. I still know the very, very micro basics. My husband is quite far advanced. I can understand some of what they say. Yeah, but yeah, so the essence of this video is I just wanted to like gist you what our integration was with our kids, how we were able to overcome it, navigate it. So if you're looking to come to Netherlands, or you are looking to, if you have that kind of challenge, you're someone who does this approach would help. We had something online and something physical. Fluently has not only teachers for Dutch, but almost every other language, almost any other thing. Like, it's an amazing website, and they have an option to meet physically, which I think was also very true. I think that physical meetup did a whole lot of the work. And of course, Dutch for Kids was amazing, but having someone physical to relate to was very wonderful, you know. So that is really, really, really important, and that was how we were able to navigate, you know. Yeah, all right, so that's it. In my next video, I'm going to show you briefly how I meal plan. Every month I'm going to try and do 3 videos for Hangouts on screen. One talking about faith, one talking about lifestyle, one talking about family lifestyle, and one talking about maybe between home, family, lifestyle, about. So in my next video, I'm either going to tell you what I do to instill Christ into my kids, or I'm going to tell you how I plan my meal for the family, so that meal planning doesn't take up all my time. So yeah, looking forward to the next video, and see you soon. Bye bye.